taking, all the, the meeting of the Global to order. Welcome, Mike Riley, the new member of the board. Hello. Good evening. First, the local agenda, put on the beginning approval of minutes. Brian, here.
I moved them, but I couldn't find them, so.
So the reason was taking a minute to read them. It won't include who. I don't have to say it, I won't follow there.
I'll second that motion. Let's do that.
Yeah, we'll take those to the next meeting so that Mike can have a chance to read them and then we'll approve them at the next meeting. There. So the second item up is the discussion of possible vote on the deed restriction proposal for 3 Lead Road.
Oh, so
Go for water review. I think we have a letter from him, proposed deed restriction. Jim Scanlon. Any questions or comments about either of those letters?
Do you want a little background?
Sure.
I'm here with Robert Fuller, the homeowner. At 3 Lee Road. Basically, Bob would like to put in an ADU in an existing garage.
Yep.
He has a 2-bedroom home. He would like to take one of the bedrooms out of the home and put it into the garage on the second floor.
Mhm.
And basically transfer a bedroom out of the home, out of the house into the garage. The facility, which is the property, DEP calls it a facility,
Yeah.
will remain as a 2-bedroom, not changing that. The existing septic system, was, designed for 2 bedrooms under local regulations, so, you know, it meets the local regulations for septic system. It was done for 2 bedrooms. Property remains as a 2-bedroom. We did have an inspection done. I believe it was done on June 8th, by, Dan Briscoe, and was found to be in good shape, passed the inspection.
We get a copy of that inspection?
Yes.
Yeah.
At least I believe Joe indicated that he had reviewed it, so.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we got a copy of it.
Yeah. And, there are wetlands on the property, they were located and, the work, you know, well, let me get back to, the only thing that the system doesn't have is the 2-compartment tank. It's required that anything more than a single family dwelling have a 2-compartment tank. The existing tank is 1 compartment, which is typical for, you know, septic systems, especially, you know, and so, what happens is we have to, we want to have 2-day storage in the first compartment and a 1-day storage in the second compartment. So I think it makes sense to leave the existing septic tank in place and put in, correct, that's, yeah, and put in a 500-gallon chamber right next to it for the second compartment, and that brings it into compliance with the ADU policy from DEP.
So we'll be getting a plan for that, or is that plan been already submitted?
No, typically, I mean, it's up to the board. Typically, when, replacing a septic tank, they just do it in time.
Yeah,
Before permit, just do it. But if you would like a plan, basically, a 500-gallon, septic tank, the inlet and the outlet are at the same elevation.
yeah,
And when you have a 2-compartment tank, the second compartment, they're both at the same elevation.
right,
So basically, you just dig right next to it, drop it in, and connect it.
What an as built,
Yeah.
he does it, he
And
can.
then
That's
an
fine.
as-built is usually what is required, just so you have a record
right.
after the.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I think we have to issue a completion certificate of
Yes,
completion,
yeah.
so we want
Yeah,
that.
you'll have to sign off
Yeah.
on the project.
so yeah, they have to do a plan before it's done.
Typically, every town is different. Some towns,
Right, you okay with that? As built, after he does it? Yeah.
Okay.
and so Joe in his letter had indicated that you may want to consider a deed restriction for a 2-bedroom. I think the code,
What does Sam say about this? The development's not good.
as far as a deed restriction,
Right.
oh, he wouldn't be involved because it's only relative to the septic tank. I mean, the septic system. It's just Title V, if you were to put in the new system, Title V requires a minimum 3 bedrooms. But in this situation, it's an existing system. So,
So he has no say?
no,
Fine.
not as far as the septic system. So, it's one of those things, when they originally did it, it probably should have had a deed restriction put in.
Yeah.
Probably. Where it's less than the 30. But, I haven't done the numbers, but it may be, sometimes they fall under the radar because under Title V, let's see, 150 gallons per day would hit the threshold. Sometimes, in a town like Boxford, when you design a 2-bedroom, it's actually 330 gallon because it's, because of their regulation.
Yes,
And in which case, the 2-bedroom for Boxford is the same as a 3-bedroom for the state, so.
right.
But even then, sometimes will require.
I mean, I'm fine with the deed restriction, the way it's written, just needs to be recorded, obviously, and then that's sent to us.
Yeah, I
Uh,
would prefer to do that toward the end of the project.
that makes sense.
Simply, in this case, it's not as critical, but if anything changes,
Right.
you don't want to have to, then we have to,
Remove it and,
God forbid you do or not. We won't go down that, no, we won't go down that. But I say he sold, and didn't do anything,
right,
then we have to get it off,
yeah,
so,
yeah, no, I got you.
which means coming back to you to get your approval.
Right, right.
So,
And, in the future, if this house, if this property does sell and they want to build a bigger house on this property and put in a properly sized system, that restriction is gonna have to be lifted.
yes, correct.
So, yeah, I was dealing with this similar situation, so, I don't do this lightly. So,
Yeah, sure.
So what we're looking for is, I guess, tonight, or we're looking to get the deed restriction okay, which would then approve the project. We're ultimately looking for the sign off from the building permit by the Board of Health.
So I think we should approve the deed restriction tonight and we'll, we can sign off on the building permit. I mean, I don't know what that entails. I don't know.
Well, without an agent, it's.
Yeah, well, it's just been,
It's sent to us
from the building inspector
Yeah.
to review, just to make sure that we are
Yeah.
on the same page and that the septic system, will accommodate whatever the project is. So we put a hold on it until this Board of Health meeting, where once we get the deed restriction approval, I will go in, and it'll show Mark is completed.
Okay.
So he'll get.
So you can do that.
Yeah, so he'll, if this is approved this evening, then that can go in tomorrow. And I'll touch base with him.
Yeah, I don't know if Joe has to sign it or a board member. I don't know how it works, but it sounds like you know more than
I
I.
think with the deed restriction, is having the board approval, have it on,
Yeah.
recording is sufficient.
I think that as long as it can get approved, the permit can get approved
Yeah,
post this action, then I think
Yeah.
that's all that you guys are looking for.
yeah. Bob is looking
the building.
to get the building permit so that he can, start diving into the architecturals and permitting. I'm sorry, not permit, fine. So,
I spoke with Sam and this was not the hold up, but the.
Next step.
He said.
yeah, he wanted the Board of Health to be happy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, I was wondering, how does deed restriction get confirmed that it's being followed?
When I'll take it, you have a signed copy of it? He signed it and it's been notarized. I believe I saw it was notarized. Here's the notary. What I do is I will, record it at the registry of deeds. That's done online. And then what they do is they stamp it with a, they,
And record it just like a.
yeah,
Just like talking.
just like a deed.
Yep, exactly.
And I will, once it's recorded, I will print it out and send the lease the book and page number, but also a copy of the front page.
And what it does in perpetuity, basically, unless they come to us and
Yeah,
have it removed, is it says that this can only be a two-bedroom property, not house, but property, because they'll have an ADU with one bedroom and.
It's one of these people's in the shelter.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So, and this will come back and find us in 30 years, like the one.
I'm not gonna be here.
It's gonna come back and find the room more health. So, I'm okay with the deed restriction, approving the deed restriction pending the completion of the project and the recording, and then once that's done, it'll be fine.
right, we'll need the COC from the board
Yeah.
in order to get the occupancy permit from the
Yeah.
building inspector.
And once we get the as-built, after everything is done on that, we'll be able to issue the COC.
Yeah, and with, and the as-built and the deed.
Yeah.
And if Sam comes to you with anything else, the electrical department or the water department, then we can help them get through all that too.
And they'll be in touch. I think if they have any issues
Well,
outside of septic, then
The
they'll.
town will help them.
Yeah.
Probably not well, or is it?
No, it's town, no.
Make the motion.
I make a motion that we do this,
Approve the deed restriction,
approve the deed
pending
restriction
the,
as built and everything else getting followed.
I'll second that motion. All in favor?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you. I'll be in touch. Don't, hold on for that.
Yeah, I think that's,
Yeah.
I'm getting my contact.
Yep.
Thanks a lot.
You bet.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
Take care.
What a plan, sir.
I do, I believe I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Right now.
Grant now, on Grant now. For the record, I'm Jim Scanlon here on behalf of Fancy Homes LLC at One Grant Ave. It's an existing dwelling, 4 bedrooms, has a septic system that's located right here in kind of purple. That's the septic tank, where the system goes, we're not exactly sure.
I'm not exactly sure what you,
What's that?
you're not exactly sure what.
Where it goes. After the septic tank. The septic tank is, the liquid level is much higher than pipe, so there's, you know.
Okay.
So
That's a problem.
it needs to be replaced.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You know, I've heard that it may run into cramp, but I don't know that, for sure. Anyways, we're catching the pipe and we're gonna, we're proposing an upgrade for the park. We're gonna catch the pipe and run it down to a septic tank and a pump chamber and pump it up to a leaching field that uses Presby pipes. The leaching field is located right here. We will have a little bit of a stone wall around it. We do have wetlands. I have located the wetlands at basically along the fence. My wetland scientist, Julie Von, she has been to the property and she indicated that it goes over onto the abutting property. So she did not flag it. You know, we don't have permission to flag on their property. So this is a more conservative estimate. She thought it was about 20 feet beyond the fence.
Okay.
But in any case, this green line here is the 50-foot setback from the wetlands, so we're more than 50 feet from the wetlands. And the 2 variances that we're asking for is a variance from local regulations for separation to wetlands and the SAF soil absorption system. The town requires 100-foot separation. And Title V is 50 feet, so we do meet Title V. And then the second variance is a 1-foot reduction in the separation of groundwater, which 4 feet is required, and we're requesting 3 feet. The Presby is allowed to actually go to 2-foot separation, but 1 foot takes care of the bite that we're trying to deal with, so there was no point to go to 2 feet.
Is that vertical?
Correct, vertical, yep. And actually, for local upgrade approval, 1-foot reduction is also allowed. You know, just based on the fact that this is an upgrade. So I'm more comfortable with the 1-foot thing. Those are the 2 variances that we're seeking. We can ask for the reduction, under Title V, if we go less than 50 feet, we cannot ask for the reduction. You know, we can't ask for any reduction to ground. But because we're more than 50 feet, we are beyond the limit.
Anybody have any questions about those variances?
So the separation from the groundwater means it has to be higher than the ground?
Correct, you have the groundwater, let's say here, the bottom of the system by code has to be 4 feet. Sometimes 5 feet if you have a good soil, but you have to be 4 feet. And then we're reducing it 1 foot, which is allowed both under local upgrade approval. And this technology, this is an alternative technology, you can actually seek a 2-foot reduction. Because of the, you know, it's a better system for planting the apple.
I see.
One other thing I will mention, on the abutting lot, there is an irrigation well. I have a letter, did I get the letter from you, Luis, or water department? Not
I
I gave
don't
a
believe it
copy.
came from me.
Okay, I gave you a copy and I gave Joe a copy. Basically, back in 2012, the homeowner here put in a well, it's for irrigation only, it's not connected to the house. And here, this is an acknowledgement letter. That basically, it says, we understand and acknowledge that the irrigation well proposed on this property is to be only used for irrigation and not for, they say potable water, but it's potable, yeah. And there will be no water connection to the well, basically. I'm showing the 50-foot setback from the well. We are beyond 50-foot. The Title V doesn't actually have a setback from a irrigation well.
Those are the numbers.
That's the neighbors, yeah. So, typically, if you're 50 feet, more than 50 feet, usually not a problem.
How far is it from that irrigation room?
We're 63.
It's an irrigation. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it's not to be used for drinking or.
Any other questions, concerns? Motion to approve those two variances.
I'll make a motion to approve the 1 foot reduction to groundwater and the other,
The reduction of the setback from 100 feet to 50 feet.
50, 80 feet,
It's actually 61 feet.
61 feet.
Yeah, it looks like you need a letter from Joe Swaka at 60 feet.
Yeah, in my request for variances, I had put 60.
Yeah.
And that's, we're more than 60 and we're probably closer to 80 plus, but, you know,
Jim has explained it all to me, and we're all within what
Yeah.
the regulations will allow us to do, so.
Right.
I approve what it is.
And I'll second that motion. All in favor?
thank you very much.
Thanks, very welcome.
Would it be possible for me to take a photo of this?
I think
Is that the
we-
septic plan?
Yeah,
Oh, I can send you, I can,
yeah, I just have so I can learn.
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that. Oh, if you don't need it.
No.
That would be, I mean, we should all the copies for you.
Yeah. If you don't mind the color, I'm a little crayon.
Great,
I throw them out.
Oh, cool, beautiful way.
Save a little,
So pretty tree.
thank you very much.
Good decision, take care.
Take it easy out there. Little blue sky to the east, so clear a bit.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, is it rid of the orange or the?
It's heading south of us.
Ah,
Hello, New York. The sun ends up being red though. It was it's unbelievable.
I looked up yesterday. It
It's
was
eerie,
pink.
it's eerie.
Oh, no, it was. All the blue skies on.
All right, what's
So my information,
public health nurse?
where is she?
Mr. Riley, I'm Anita Wright.
I need a nice to meet you.
Like a bad penny, I keep showing up to these things. Okay, I'm going to be very brief. I have one, major case report outstanding and working on, a lot of all, pennies for the file, unfortunately. We had very, very low, activity on routine surveillance, both in Maven and on the acute respiratory dashboard, which is expected around this time of year. It's very common. We were busy over the last couple of weeks, with the, behavioral, wastewater pipe rupture. It was catastrophic. It's from June 26th to about July 8th. I guess everything kind of piped down a little bit. And with the help of all of us that were in the town, we were looking at, should we be concerned, were we using river water to irrigate fields, splash pads? We had rethink through that, because I know it was proposed at one point, but they never remembered whether they actually did that, so they did well.
Yeah.
So that was that, we had a boat dock, we had a little swimming pad off of that and stuff. And so signage was put out, our websites were updated, both Board of Health and the town, trying to alert people to our little patch out there in the park. I'll be watching very closely over the next couple of weeks for anti-rick increases, fixed from any, exposures that may or may not have occurred. I went over Monday, which was July 2nd, I think, over the bridge at 7:30 in the morning. And it was the color of the Hershey milk chocolate. It was awful. It was really awful. 12.5 million gallons estimated a day into that river.
And they close the beaches.
Yeah, they were all the way down to Marblehead, Swampscott, Cape Ann. I mean, it's
Yeah.
mathematically mind-boggling. The oyster flats, the clean flats. And now they're gonna be using some oysters to clean up some of those eddies. They've got these little tiny baby oysters that they're gonna dump. It's amazing. So the constables for the flats were on top of this like immediately. So I felt very comfortable with that, but it was an overwhelming thing to think about. But I think everybody who's got property and things along the river paid a lot of attention to the television coverage and a little bit of newspaper coverage that there was. It was a little late coming, but it finally came. So it was nasty, but they finally got the two bylines together.
Right.
And now we're hoping the EPA will kick in some money for a major repair in that area, a 42-inch force pipe that went. 12.5 million gallons a day of raw sewage into that river. So, I think overall, the people that went along the river did a great job and, it's cleaned up, thank God for the tides. And again, I'll be watching very closely. And of course, this is coming on the uptick of cyclosporidiosis, which is exactly where you would get this stuff from. But my fingers are crossed that will escape, an unusually high number of infections that could be potentially after this. Our arbovirus reports come in regularly and are well within, regulation. Let's see, the infection season data collection is from July to July, so we'll be at the end of that, so we're putting all that stuff, that is starting new stuff. And filing and reporting, will be concluded for 25 and 26. And I'm just about ready to start, securing agreements, with Laterno, I hope again this year, for flu and COVID clinics hopefully in September this year. And I'm gonna try to get the main room instead of the fire station. If I can't, then I will do the fire station, but we're working on more prominent signage and, more advertisement.
Yeah.
And have it on the websites as well, but I think I've been in the habit of starting a little bit later in October, and I think we'll get more interest if we're first up. Yeah, first up, especially with the senior population.
Some Walgreens.
Yeah, it's a lot of competition, but hopefully, we'll get a decent response this year. Interestingly enough, the DPH MEMA, Homeland Security, none of the 2-3 people, there was nothing, there's crickets out there with this wastewater pipe thing, nothing. No guidance, no questions, no advice, no nothing. Yeah, it was really scary. So I was just curious about that. Thank God for the boat. They had the reporters out there looking and sniffing around, so that was good. Yeah, but they did a good job and they were hyper excited. They were very reasonable. So people were, a little disappointed, but between the greenheads and sewage, you should take your beach. The greenheads alone are not so pleasant to be out there, so. But I think everybody, made the best of their vacation plan and cooperated really well, so. I think, and I would like to thank Elise for all her extra hard work. She did a great job. So, unless there are any specific questions or concerns or anything, then I'm ready to. say
The pipe is not fixed yet.
No, there's.
It's a temporary.
It is temporary 24-inch bypass lines, but stop the leak. So, and then there are very strict regulations on, well, it's interesting, in today's paper, it was the Caldwell Farm count has returned to acceptable levels. Whatever that is, I'm not really sure, but, that's discouraging to me. But, you know, it does, in the river, yeah. They actually have a count. The, last week, the count off of West Newbury, one of the little eddy sites that they were monitoring, was like this 25 accepted, still after a week and a half of tidal exchange. So, there are these little, well, you've seen these little crazy divots and stuff, so you would imagine that things would collect in there. But, you know, we were concerned about, there's a dog park and a lot of retrievers. A lot of people walk their dog down to swim in the river, so getting that notice out there. If they weren't paying attention to what was going on, you know, yeah, buddy, go for a swim, and, that would have been unfortunate in the car. There are some people that come and fish along the bank. There's a little, area where you can sit and.
Bridge,
and-
or
to the-
Bridge.
No, in Groveland, to the right of to the dock. There's, it
Oh,
goes up onto the shore a little bit, and then there's trees. There's a little cleared passage area, and you can fish directly from there.
There's all the way down to the cove down there, there's
Yeah,
this path, well-worn path where people go fishing.
exactly. So, and these folks, were probably non-English speaking, and so even our sign might not have been very helpful, but, there was somebody on the lookout to be sure that now's not a good time to be there doing the fishing thing, but it's a small number, but it was something we were on top of, and I was very pleased about that. So,
I'm curious what the bacterial count for the river is, because the bathing beaches is less than 104 parts per 100 milliliters of marine cleaning.
yeah, I'm gonna give Mary Conley and April a call and see if she can get me that information.
Which, you know, in the grand scheme of things, 104 per 100 milliliters isn't huge, but
Yeah. But the industrial waste is gone now, so that's the problem. Yeah. So thank you.
Thank you, and
welcome, Mr. Riley. Thank you for joining us.
Nice to meet you all. It's been very informative. I'll try to keep getting more informed.
you will.
I'm looking at the old minutes and trying to gather the history.
You'll find, so I'll tell you a little bit about myself, and then I don't know if Jim wants to tell you why he joined, but I've been in public health for about 26 years. I work for the city of Salem down in Salem, Mass. I've been there for 19, 20 total years. I started in tobacco patrol in 2000. I worked for the town of Saugus. I've done work in North Reading, I've done work in North Andover. I've been to in a number of different communities doing different tasks and part-time, full-time. But my primary place has been in Salem. I started as an inspector. I worked my way up. I am the health agent in the city of Salem now, so I've been there for pretty long. I personally like the field of public health because, well, there's a couple of reasons. One is when I go to work, the 2 days are never the same. I can have a list of tasks that I'm trying to accomplish in a day, and one thing goes like that, and that's out the window, and everything changes, and you know, I'm doing something completely different that takes me all day to deal with, and whatever I had on my list of to-do list that day is the next day's to-do list, and maybe the day after that, so.
It's always interesting.
Yes, it is. It's always interesting. I have considered participating or running for this board for many years, to be honest. But I just didn't have the wherewithal to do it. And then during COVID, a friend of mine said, you should really run for the Board of Health. And I said, I can't do it during COVID. I'm just too busy dealing with my full-time job, deal with something else on the side. So in 2020, I think it was, he said you should do it. And I ran in 2020, maybe it was 2022, 2020, I don't remember anyway. I think this is my 5th year on the board, or the 5th year. And so we did, and I enjoyed serving on the board, at the end of this term, it'll be 6 years that I've been here, and I'll probably run another term.
Good, we need you.
I know Jim's been here a little longer than I have, so.
Yeah, I'm not as good as him. That's why I was here longer. This is not me.
That's good. I'm sure I'll,
I'm his sidekick. Yeah, I just
Your
want to help.
boss.
Well, I know, I want to help people, that's all. That's why I do it. Plus, my neighbor was the past chairman, and you should join him. So they wrote me in. That's how I got it.
That's how we all get involved.
That's all right.
Then I actually filled out nomination papers the second time, because I enjoy it. I enjoy the people that work here and helping them. Jim's a good guy, he does a good job. But it's fun, it's something to do, it's exciting, it's
I'm
interesting,
excited.
it's interesting. Glad you're here.
There's lots to read.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Is it recommended to look at Title V?
oh, absolutely. We have lots of Title V in town. It's not my strong suit, because in Salem, I don't have a lot of Title V. It's less than 1% of the properties in Salem are on Title V. Most of them are on city sewer, and so I don't do a lot of it.
Oh, okay.
I have a general knowledge just from over the years, but it's not really a strong suit anymore. On that note, I will say, the candidate for the position before this, she does not have a lot of Title V experience. She could probably learn. But I think we need somebody coming in the door that could run around with Title V, and I think that has been the sticking point for hiring somebody, is we really need that person.
That's for the health agent.
Yes, yeah. So we're gonna keep going. This person that we interviewed, if we think she can do the job and get the requisite knowledge, then maybe. I know Leanne is interested, but we need to figure out what the status of that cooling off period is from her time on the board to getting the job. She's been doing a lot of work behind the scenes, getting the trainings, certifications and things like that. So, if she's ready to move on that, then that may be something we need to consider. So
is there a waiver of some form fashion available for that?
that is what I need to find out. She may need to call the ethics commission herself to get that information.
You want me to do it as a board member?
I don't think they'll tell you on her behalf,
Well, no, I'm not asking on your behalf. I'm asking, as a hypothetical question, how long does a past
You can try,
board member
you can
have to
try,
wait
I don't know
before
if
we
it's
can- we can
hypothetical
hire?
questions.
now, hypotheticals?
Yeah,
Okay,
you can try.
I'll try,
Yeah.
I'll try, because maybe I'll be successful in that one. I'm gonna learn something too.
I thought about trying myself, and, something happened and I got sidetracked and I didn't get a chance to call. So,
Because I think in the ethics thing and all that, it's in there, and it's a year ago.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's what I thought it was too, but she did submit a letter of interest in the position, and,
good, I didn't push her.
she's definitely got some, some education and some knowledge about public health and, what the position entails, and if there's a possibility, then, maybe it's something the board considers.
Real concern. Thank you, everybody.
And on that note, I don't have anything else. Somebody wants to make a
My
motion?
motion, business is done, I'd like to go home.
Want to make a motion to adjourn?
Yes, sir. Adjourn.
Oh,
I'll second that, all in favor? Motion passes. We'll adjourn. Thank you all.
nice to meet you all.
Name here. I didn't get your name right though. Is it Mike or Joe?
Mike.
Mike, okay.